Oh, Tom, I'm in a place called Coombs, and it's a market with goats on the roof. Sometimes there's more. There's apparently 3 here today. Sometimes you get more than that. Let's climb up on this thing here. Like an old man getting up here. There they are. There's 2 of them.
Good morning. Some of you who watch my channel may know that I have a number of folks around the world who sent me YouTube channel material via WhatsApp. And this morning I looked, and Sean, who's an expat from Ballymoney, and he now lives in Vancouver, has sent me a wee piece of video about a place called Coombs. Now, this is a geography lesson for you. There's us in the north of Ireland, Belfast, and Sean lives here on Vancouver Island, and he has sent me a wee clip about a place called Coombs. This is Canada, and there's Calgary and Edmonton over to the right, and we're in British Columbia. And this island here is Vancouver Island, and there's Victoria, and there's Seattle, and there's Vancouver. But we're going in, and this is Google Maps I'm on. So there's Nanaimo and Nanu's Bay and Parksville, and this is where Sean was at the other day. So we're going right in, because I don't want to show you Parksville just at the minute. He sent me a video about that, the beach at Parksville, overlooking the Strait of Georgia, looking over onto what they know as the mainland. I'm trying to get into Old Goats Market, no, Old Country Market, Goats on the Roof, and you find that at this place called Coombs. That's wonderful. And there we are. That's where we are, folks. And I did a wee bit more than that. I looked up Coombs, and it says more than just goats on a roof. Coombs is known as Goats on the Roof. More than 1 million visitors arrive each year to see this spectacle on the roof of the Old Country Market. But they're trying to say that Coombs is an awful lot more than that. And it is. It's brilliant. It's the type of place I love exploring. So there's your goats on the roof. And Sean's video has a few of them. In fact, it's all 3 of them as well. So there's a wee bit about the history. A lot of the history of Coombs was down to the Salvation Army Salvation Army's immigration period. Nearly 250,000 Welsh and English civilians immigrated to Canada during the early part of the 20th century under the leadership of Salvation Army Ensign Cargo. Some of these immigrant families settled at Coombs around 1910. So it's a relatively new community. The community was named after the Army's Canadian Commissioner General Thomas Coombs. The market that you see today was created by Christine Grattan, who along with his wife Solveig and children emigrated to Vancouver from Norway in the 1950s. So the market actually is quite new. Inspired by the many Norwegian homes and farm structures that are built directly into the hillside, Christian decided to design the market with a sod roof, which, with the help of his two sons, Sivan and Andy, and son-in-law Larry, he unwittingly began to build what would become perhaps one of the most famous sod roof buildings in the world. And here's about the goats. They started appearing about 40 years ago. It was the Coombs Country Fair weekend, and the grass on the roof of the market was higher than Christian liked. Legend has it that after a few drinks, Larry suggested they borrow some goats to mow the grass and perhaps provide some entertainment to passing cars. Needless to say, the goats became a permanent fixture and tenants of the Coombs Old Country Market today. And there's an awful lot of other things